Hello, hi everyone, and welcome. Today I am going to play the Accolade Spots collection, which is part of the QUByte's classics. So it's a collection of games from the MS-DOS era. So without further ado, let's go.
Ready, set.
Hello, and yeah, this is indeed pure retro. This is a collection of games which came out in the MS-DOS era. So it's yeah, at the time those came out on those diskettes. So it is a collection of pretty old games, but then they have those regrouped into a collection now, and the collection is actually available on Steam. So that's new, well, relatively new, and yeah, I mean, if you want to get back into the MS-DOS eras, of sports games, well, this one could be it. I'm not too good though, but it does, yeah, it is always nice, to remember the older types of games. Yeah, looks like I'm not going to beat any record. I see the tournament record is 120 and I'm already at 128. So it's yeah, I'm not beating any records. I'm not really very good. Yeah, instead of the record of 120, the record to beat, I'm already at 210. Almost 220 actually.
Ready, set.
Mm. Yeah, I'm always pleasantly surprised to see, you know, uh, really old games from the MS-DOS era come back on Steam or on GOG. I'm always pleasantly surprised. Yep. Oops. Oh well. I'm not too good at it. Yeah, a long time ago you had magazines which included yeah, first originally it was discs, and then later on with CDs and so forth, they would include the CD, but then they had those discs or disc of game demos. So those came with magazines and so forth, and yeah, it is something that lots of folks at the time they would be sharing among classmates those discs or the disc with the game demos, and for many folks it was one way to play the game without actually uh, yeah, you would not be able to finish the game. It would be time limited, or maybe you had only one portion of the game or one level or whatever. But it was yeah, a good way for many folks to just try and play the games. Oh, so you say that you found a game on Steam which is similar to the game that you used to play on an online website. Which game was that? Yeah, there used to be lots of online games which use Adobe Flash. And yeah, when Flash got discontinued, when it was abandoned, lots of those websites closed. So there were many such games which got lost, I guess. Some of them managed to get ported into yeah, a normal PC game. So some of them are making a comeback on Steam. So maybe that's the one that you are referring to, those type of games. But I'm curious to hear which game it is. Classic sports driving. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the Nightborn. I mean, it's doesn't really do it's not really doing a filtering between real genuine posts like this one and spam. Okay, well, yeah, I'll check out that link later on. There is as well from the same publisher as the game I'm trying right now. So the publisher is QUByte Classics, so it's the name that appears in the description of the video. So they do have QUByte Classics. They do have a another classic compilation of car racing game called I think it's Top Racer or something like that. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe there should be something else to stream another time. But then, yeah, it is class. It is yeah, some kind of new compilation of classic old car racing game, also from the MS-DOS era, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I must admit I'm not familiar with Free Gear. Uh, yeah, I'm not familiar with it, but then yeah, the one that I've heard of is Top Gear Racing, I think. That's what it was called. And then there's Outrun as well, which was from Sega, which is really good. They had a few versions of that one, and there was even 3D version which came out a while ago called around 2006, I think. Unfortunately, like all of the other Sega racing games, that one got removed. Ooh, not good. Fell down. Oh well. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that games get delisted. It really depends, I guess, on yeah, it could be licensing, or it can also be the whatever the publisher or the developers their plans change, and maybe they want to join some subscription service, or maybe they want to launch their own service or whatever, and therefore they feel that yeah, they just want to remove the game from online stores, and then when that happens, well, yeah, you're stuck, because if you didn't get the game on time, you don't have it, and you can't ever play it. You can't play it until they decide to release it again, and yeah, who knows when that happens. Ooh. Yeah, and for this game compilation, for example, they I suspect that other than the name Accolade, that they probably had to either yeah, they had probably had to pay some kind of licensing fee, or whatever. But then I suspect that other than that, it wasn't too difficult to get the game again, because it doesn't use any official Olympic Games license or whatever. Whereas when those games use a license of that type, then yeah, pretty sure that it's almost impossible to get uh, to get a new license for that.
All start.
You have a whole bunch as well of official Olympic Games which came out over the years, also from Sega, for example, and yeah, those got removed permanently from sale, and they're not coming back because of the licensing expiration. Yeah, anything which requires a license, whether it's license for the music, whether it's license for specific, a brand or name, like FIFA or Olympic Games or any such thing, or a license for the use of specific, assets, the model of the car or any such thing. Well, those, or even license for a character, license for a comic universe or any such thing. Well, those, all of those tend to disappear after a while once the license expires. After, could be 1 year, could be 2 years, could be 5 years. Nobody really knows, unless you sign a contract, of course, then you know. But then for a consumer, you don't really know how long the license will last. And eventually, the license expires, and then the game just gets removed forever. And unfortunately, the game developers and publishers, they don't really feel a need to tell people in advance that the game is going to get removed. It's extremely rare to see those notices. It does happen once in a while, but extremely rare. You do have some cases, for example, GOG, who do tell, they do issue sometimes posts when they can saying, well, the game is going to get removed in the next couple of hours, quickly get it. But then, yeah, sometimes they don't even have much choice. Sometimes they don't even have the possibility to do that. And even when they do, it's always very limited in time, in just a couple of hours. So it's a very tight window for GOG. And then for Steam, yeah, you don't even get a notice. You just discover, oh, the game has been removed. Yeah, in relation to the football game that you mentioned, yeah, I'm not sure what game it is. Well, all of the FIFA games, I guess, have been removed. Even the FIFA Street. So those games were a little bit different from the ordinary FIFA games, but then, yeah, all of the FIFA games, I think, got removed. Because there is a hefty license involved to use a name. And yeah, many of those older games, I mean, even though the graphics may be a bit dated, yeah, as long as you're having fun with it, I think that's all that matters. And for, yeah, notifications, yeah, it's not so much, the tricky part here is that, I'm sure Steam, if they could, they would. It's just that, yeah, for Steam doesn't really check, in relation to games being removed or whatever, but it's the publishers who would go into the Steam account, and then they would just change the setting, they will remove it and so forth. So that often happens. So it's not really Steam's fault because they're not policing what's going on. They don't check, they do check games which are being published, but then once the game is published on the platform, they don't really, they would let the developers or publishers decide, what to do with the game, in terms of, removing it or not and so forth. So it is a tricky situation for them, I guess. Especially because since the game is on Steam, lots of folks would then believe that it's Steam the one who is in charge of selling the game or whatever, but then actually no, it's not. They provide the platform, but then they don't really have too much oversight into what the developers are doing in terms of removing the game or not. It is actually in Steam's interest to have the game sold on the platform as long as possible, or even to tell people, right? Because for sure, if folks knew that a game is going to be removed, you would have lots of people buying the game, and therefore it would mean some sales for Steam, right? They would make money out of the purchases, but then, if it's not something that they control, then they can't really do much. Yeah, games, it depends. Most games which got removed from Steam, most of them would still work. So you can still play them. The online component, of course, won't work. The servers, once they are closed, once they turn them off, well, you can't connect to any online service, so it does mean that the multiplayer part won't work. There may be certain features which require you to go online, to activate something, to get an item or whatever. Some of those which require an online connection may not work. If it's a multiplayer game, then you can't play the game again because they turn off the servers and so forth. So it really depends on whether the game is able to be played offline. If it is, then the game would work. If the game has certain online components, those won't work anymore. So it depends on the game. There are a bunch of games, for example, Deadpool and many other games which I've played as well on the stream. Those games have been removed from sale, but then because I have them on Steam, they do work because those are not online multiplayer games. Hello, hi everyone. And the Jurassic Park Classic Game Collection, it did came out on Steam a little while ago. Maybe that's something else I could stream as well. I thought it was great. It does have the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, the NES, and the Game Boy version of the game. Yeah, those I thought it was fun. Well, the Genesis one, the one on the Mega Drive, I thought it was original because you can actually play either a human or a raptor. I thought it was quite original. And then for the Nintendo versions, well, you have the Game Boy one on which I did like the music. I thought it was catchy. The Game Boy was actually a bit easier than the NES version on the collection. you have less dinosaurs, I guess. So that was one of the reasons why it's easier. Hi. Yeah. Do you mind me asking what kind of wildcat you're supposed to be? It's not a wildcat. It's supposed to be a wolf. Yeah, it's a wolf, not a wildcat. Well, wolf or wolf dog or yeah, not a cat. A cat. Nope, not a cat. Yeah, not a cat, no. Yeah, so this is the skiing in the classic Accolade sports collection. So those are games from the MS-DOS era, and they got re-released fairly recently from QUByte. So QUByte has this collection of classic games where they would compile some MS-DOS era games. So this is the Accolade Sports Collection from QUByte Classics. Yeah, there were lots of Jurassic Park games actually back in the day, but then many of them got removed and never came back. Like Jurassic Park Trespasser, for example, and then you had some educational games as well, using the Jurassic Park license. Yeah, the whole bunch of Jurassic Park games. So the Jurassic Park Classic Game Collection only has games from which are based on Jurassic Park 1, but then there were games based on Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, and so forth. So you do have quite a bunch of Jurassic Park games, but then unfortunately most of them are not available for sale on digital platforms. Yeah, I'm not very good at this. So I think I'm going to quit, but maybe I'm going to try a different game, not from this collection, something else, since, yeah, of course I got 0 achievement based on my performance. Yeah, since we are talking about removed games, let me try another game that, let's see. I will have to change the title of the stream as well, but then I was thinking of playing the Chronicles of Riddick. Thank you very much. So it seems I can't have anti-aliasing with ambient occlusion, so I guess that with the resolution 1440p I don't need too much anti-aliasing. I don't know. Let's just try it like this. So just try, yeah, Assault on Dark Athena. I'll try that one first. And as usual, I'm going to be playing the easy mode.
They say hope begins in the dark, but most just flail around in the blackness, searching for their destiny. The darkness, for me, is where I shine.
Hello, and yeah, to answer the question, yeah, this is the Chronicles of Riddick, the Escape from Dark Athena game. This is the PC version as well. Yeah, this is my family. That's what Vin Diesel likes to say in the Fast and Furious, yeah. I Shine. Yes, it is a game starring Vin Diesel, yeah. And he's the main character actually in this game.
Don't kill me, please. Donnie.
Yeah, and it's not just his likeness, they actually got him to for the voices, yeah.
There's no escape!
Oh, the game is on Amazon still? Oh, that's good. Hello. Hi, Cam.
Man, shut up.
Yeah, so earlier I was playing a classic MS-DOS era collection, which is called the Accolade Sports Collection by QUByte Classics. And then now I'm playing another classic game, which is the Chronicles of Riddick, the assault on Dark Athena, I think. So this game came out actually a while ago. It was on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and there was a PC version as well. And again, you know, because of licensing issues, they removed the game from purchase on digital stores. So there may still be some online stores like Amazon or whichever, you know, who may have bought a number of keys from the game, and therefore they still are able to sell them. But then the official developers and publishers, yeah, they're not selling the game anymore.
Let me see your head, Charles.
Yeah, so there is this mode in the game where you can press to see in the darkness. So that's why sometimes you can see the the brightness is it's a bit different because I'm using that mode.
Embrace the darkness. Light intruding now. Shining. The Aguaran system, full of desperate suckers who couldn't make it anywhere else. Where there's desperation, there's opportunity. This can be good. It never is.
Johns. I remember you. Squad leader on Sol Lucia, I believe. Good man once, not anymore. You do know that the Bay's been looking for you. And your friend. What have you done with him?
Good to go, Cap? Anything worth salvaging?
Why are you bothering me?
Sorry, Cap. Spinner said I should set us back on course, but I found...
Spinner's my XO. He says you do. And let me give you a warning as you're new to my crew.
What's that, Cap? Cap?
Don't call me Cap.
Revis, looking for me. But I found you first. I knew Revis was a survivor.
Now,
She was a hunter. We had our past differences.
Decontamination in progress. Please stand by.
Salvage operation complete. Vessel docking in Bay 5. Departure for shipping lane in Sector Bravo 5 of Agera Prime imminent. All hands prepare for harvest operation 4 of this cycle.
Denied. Stand by for identification. An officer will be with you shortly.
So this game came out in 2009, I think. So it's been more than 15 years now that it came out. But then I think it still looks pretty good. You know, of course, the textures may be a bit blurry and so forth, but then it does a pretty good job, I think, at making the game feel quite immersive. I can break stuff too. So I'm breaking all of the windows just because I can.
Locked.
Locked. Some kind of bugs. See, everywhere it's closed. Guess I have to go up. Ah.
Monsters. Catch me.
Now the monsters have something to fear.
I followed you. Are you hiding from the monsters too?
Not hiding, hunting.
My name is Lynn. They're coming.
any sign of the little brat? Nothing.
It's easier to hide from the ones with the red light on the face. Because the ones with the white light can see you with their flashlights. And they can talk too. What is your name?
Riddick.
Can you help me, Riddick?
I could. However, when I help people, they end up dead.
But something bad will happen to my mommy. I think they'll turn her into a monster soon. Just like they did Daddy.
I heard something. I'm gonna check something out.
I have to go now.
no sign of the little kid. Alright, I'm switching off the drone. Disconnecting now.
Attention all hands. Security level raised. Service drone 110 Foxtrot at docking entrance has been terminated.
Johns. Should have cracked the hull and watched him vomit lungs.
Aw, Spinner, hun, you got a thick skull sometimes, don't you? John's a merc just like you and me, and when a merc turns into a most wanted, price shoots sky high.
Ma'am, we talking bounty now?
Of course we are. John's busted out of Butcher Bay with the biggest prize they ever got.
Riddick.
So no drone shot for this one. Store him while I fix the arrangements. I'll transfer him by pod in no time, yeah?
Got it. Now, concerning disloyal crew members.
Disloyalty. It's got this pungent, sickening smell, doesn't it?
What should I do with Officer Doe Eyes here?
Send him to the dentist. Put the black spot on his friend.
Was hoping you'd say that, ma'am. Take him away.
I'll let get on him when he's right. Spinner,
Yeah?
keep your deadlights open. I think we may have a guest to welcome pretty soon. Now go take
There's a price on my head. This time, Revis is planning to collect. as cold steel.
Yeah, no worries. Sometimes the bots can be a little bit sensitive in relation to your anti-spam. Yeah, don't worry about it. Aha.
Attention all hands. All service personnel on cargo level 12 Bravo, report to workstation Charlie. Repeat. All service personnel on cargo level 12 Bravo, report to workstation Charlie. Storage goods from vessel 1280 inbound from Bay 5.
Yeah, no worries about the all caps. Yeah, it happens. And yeah, hi, Draw 29. Yeah, so this is the Chronicles of Riddick assault on Dark Athena. No, so this is the Steam version which existed a while ago before they removed it. The physical copy had some pretty nasty DRMs on it, so I'm not even sure if it works properly on the current Windows versions.
All hands, this is the captain speaking. Thank you for your patience during this impromptu detour. We made a fine catch today, and a fine catch means fine bonuses for all. But now, a Gara Prime awaits us. Now, to those on watch, stay on alert. A rat may have stowed away on the Athena. Whoever catches the vermin gets a very special treat next shore leave. John or Jane, your choice. I know what I would have picked. Revis out.
They know I'm here. A fearful enemy is one prone to make mistakes, ones that can be easily exploited.
So the game actually was, at one point it was sold on both GOG and Steam. And there was actually a small difference. You had, so the disc version had lots of DRM on it, so it was quite, you know, it can run quite badly on modern computers as a result. But then the Steam version still had some DRM, but then if you activated it on time, I think, then it was okay. Now I think if you're trying to activate it, there may be some issues because the server's closed down. But then the GOG version is, there was a GOG version which didn't have any DRM in it. Well, I'm going to check the note which was on the floor. Is it something that I'm supposed to pick up, or I'm not sure. I can't really read it that well. It's quite hard to read, but I guess not. Oh.
Attention all hands. Hazardous cargo alert on cargo level 5 Charlie. Please do not open red taped crates without donning protective suits or controlling a disposable drone.
Yeah, what's nice about the game is that there is a certain cinematic flair to it. You know, it does feel a bit like a movie, playing the movie. Maybe it's because of the actor and his presence throughout. Maybe it's the cutscenes. I don't know. It just, for me, it feels quite cinematic, so I'm happy with it. I'm not sure what are all these bounty cards for. I guess it's some kind of collectibles. See, how do I go up? I think I'm supposed to go up. Hmm. Hello. So I'm just going around because I'm not sure where to go. I think I was supposed to go on top there with the crawling down above with the box, but then I couldn't manage to go inside. So maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm supposed to collect something here and they won't let me go until I got everything. Well, I did get the small little cube, I guess, the med cube. Okay, now it works. Maybe I wasn't in the right position. What? Some kind of drone.
Bottom line is, he's a dickhead.
Heard the price shot through the roof. Maybe we should sell him ourselves. You can have 20.
I think she'd rip your nuts off if you did that.
Yeah, or send me to the dentist.
Worse yet, down the drone mine.
Don't even fucking joke about that.
Yeah. So, what about the Newland prisoners? Someone waiting in the pipeline? Silverman? Okay. It'll take a while to clear up the 12B, but then she's good to go. Fucking tragic. She's got a hot ass.
Damn it, Darby. You're starting to sound like Jailer. Nozzing out.
You have received the merciful healing of the Athena endowment system. Please exercise more caution.
sell your fucking eyes!
Security clearance accepted.
This place reeks of sweat and desperation. Getting info from the prisoners, not a problem.
Ship protocol for 9 Foxtrot in effect. All prisoners must exercise regularly.
Sleep tight, Johns. What are you looking at?
Your face is kind of familiar. Where do I recognize it from?
You don't want to remember me.
Well, whatever, man. You know what? Fuck you. You just hit the downtown of Sphincter City.
Yeah, I figured that out when I saw you.
Wait a minute. You're Riddick from Butcher Bay. Fuck me! Riddick right here? I never forget a face. My name's Bonner, Cal Bonner. And it's a goddamn pleasure to meet you. Hey, I just got a brilliant idea. We could bust out of here. You and me. We could be partners. Come on, we could do it.
I don't need a partner, and I never had a soul.
You know how much I love you, man. I'm gonna make a Riddick shrine first thing I do when I get out of here. I'm gonna go get a tattoo of you on, like my ass or something, man. Just say the word when the time comes so I'll know what to do, partner.
Start with the rundown.
Hey, how the fuck you end up on the other side anyway? Well, you're on a Merc ship. They run it tighter than the Bay ever did. That's for sure. Or at least they used to be Mercs. They turned renegade is what I heard.
something useful.
I don't know, man. They make something here. That's all I can figure out. Some kind of robots or something.
You don't know anything.
I guess not.
Then tell me who does.
Jailer. Jailer for sure. He's in the cell next to me. See, he used to be a merc. He worked on this very ship. No kidding.
Tell me about the captain. You don't want me to think you're useless. That never ends well.
I don't know, man. I never met her. Just heard rumors. Rivas, they call her. Bad-ass bitch. Like my wife. I miss those goddamn cookies of hers. Man.
My eyes never deceived me. And now they're looking at a merc behind bars.
What makes you think that?
You're too soft to be an inmate.
And you're not a merc, lest you were recruited after they threw me in here. I'm Jailer. And yeah, I was actually a part of this crew until Margot fucked me over. It's a whole mess of mishaps, and you don't want to hear that. My advice is to work out a plan to fuck the ship over, Riddick. Come back and speak to me then.
Please, just go away. I've got nothing to say to you. Please.
Speak to me, old man.
So you're not a merc. And you're not a prisoner either. What the hell are you?
I'm Hell's messenger. Name's Riddick.
Max Dacker, ex-Marine officer. I was on the Newland Colony transport with Silverman. It's a young lady in one of the cells here. You know, I told him it was a risky journey, and I told him that, and shit. Crawling through the Forgotten Worlds, it's asking for it. That's when the Predators get you, isn't it? You know, I thought I was prepared for anything. But not for this. Mercenaries. Mercenaries.
I need to keep the mercs occupied.
Ha! The best way is to open the cell doors. There's dozens of these floors. I don't know how deep in the ship they go. They're crammed with prisoners like me. You might need a vent tool, though, to get around the ship. Talk to Silverman. She's the best engineer I've ever seen. She could fix you something special. Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, I know your type. Lone wolf and whatnot. But listen to me. When you have your vent tool, come back and speak to me. I could be of use to you, Riddick. We could help them, Silverman and her daughter. Right? I'll be here if there's anything else.
You're going to sing that one?
Talk to me before I come up with a better idea, Silverman.
Please, please just tell me where my daughter is, please! Tell me what you've done to her! I'm fucking tired of you motherfuckers not telling me anything! Just tell me what you've done to her, damn you! Motherfuckers!
I mean, on the bag, it's not, I mean, it seems
Fuck
to be
you!
to have hair, yeah, but
You can see a mirror, then you can see a...
Listen, I'm the only chance you have.
I don't care who you are. You understand? I just want to know that my Lynn is all right.
The dark protects her.
Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. I think I'm losing my goddamn mind in here. I'm Ellen. I was an engineer on the Newland Colony Transport before we got hit by these fucking dead space parasites.
Dagger told me you're the go-to girl. Prove him right. I need access to the vents.
Sure. I can fix a vent tool for you. Get me, a C2 screwdriver and some tool parts, marked, 1B and 34F. That's all I need. But you know, you need to speak to someone who knows more about this ship than I do on where to find that, though.
What about the kid?
Silverman's little girl. I found her when she got lost in the attack. Deep inside the engine room, cooped up like a scared cat. I'm still amazed that she didn't die from radiation poisoning. That's how I got to know Silverman.
Good night.
Hello?
Yeah, so in terms of X-Men Wolverine, if you're referring to the Wolverine Origins game, then yeah, I do have that one. Not the Steam version for that one. I only have the disc version for that one. Yeah. So I do have it, and I could play it in the future. Yeah.
You and me, Riddick. What a team.
Don't have all day. Talk.
I saw you talking to that Silverman chick. That a fuckable piece of meat or what? I was working you when they brought her in. Front row during strip search. Ha! So, have you worked out a plan yet, tough guy?
The overrides for the cell doors.
That's in the main decks. They got a control center there. I think you can get there through the maintenance access area. It's right next to here.
So you keep the stiffs around for laughs. A decoration.
We call them ghost drones. Gut a man, prep and buff the body. Throw in some control circuits and then hijack the brain with cheap-ass AI, and you can use it for the menial tasks. Basic droid shit. Now, here's the fun part. Ghost drones can be remote controlled. So if you meet one of those fuckers and then there's a man behind the wheel who's got some skills, you up to your arms in a sea of human shit.
Starts with a screwdriver, some basic tool parts.
Yeah, I can give you a screwdriver, sure. There's a storage locker just outside this room. Got a code lock on it, though. Listen, I can give you the code, but first you gotta do something for me. There's a guy named Margot. Now, Margot is a shit-eating motherfucking son of a bitch who gets a kick out of backstabbing his friends. I want him dead, Riddick. He's eating me up from inside. All I want is to see him suffer. Kill him for me, and then bring back his gold tooth to me, so I know you done it, see? I'll help you out if you do. You have my word on that. You'd probably find him in the birthing area.
Birthing? How do I get there?
There's a terminal in the control room. I bet they haven't changed the system since they locked me in here. Stupid fox. Try accessing the security access route and enter Gray Stone. That should give you the override control of the crew quarters.
Yeah, so this is actually a good example of a game which, even though it got removed, if you bought it, then you are able to, if you bought it before they removed it, then you are able to play it. So that's a good example for the question earlier. I forgot to ask the question earlier.
I'm gonna do some extraction work of my own when I get back here.
And then, in terms of why it got removed, probably due to licensing. So what happened was that Atari had financial issues. They went under bankruptcy, and they were the publishers of the game at the time. So probably makes sense that that's the reason why it got removed. The licensing never got renewed because Atari had no money, and then they just went bankrupt. So that was the end of that was the end of the game, and like many other Atari games. Okay then, so I'm going to end the stream for today because it's getting a bit late. But then, yeah, not to worry, I will continue playing the Chronicles of Riddick probably tomorrow. Yeah, so not to worry, the adventure would continue. And therefore, yeah, if depending on where you are, wishing you all a great rest of the day or evening. Take care and see you soon. Thanks everyone. Thank you and bye.